favorite radio station. This is Afro Vibes Radio Houston.
Hey you guys, what's up? You already know you're chilling with us at Afro Vibes Radio Houston. And you know you're already with your number one girl, the best, the greatest. You already know you're chilling with Tumi. And of course, Toby. We got... I thought you weren't going to introduce yourself for a second, the little corner over there. And we got a wonderful guest with us today, a special guest. Can you give a shout out?
I have a cold. Hello guys, my name is Yemi Alade. I'm pleased to be with you guys today.
Oh, we are happy to have you here with us.
Excited as well.
Yes, we're so excited. We're here in anticipation of her concert tomorrow, taking place at the Warehouse. Y'all need to be there. That is the place to be on. I mean, it's a Saturday. Come on now.
What else you doing?
Exactly. You do your groceries in the morning. You run your little errands here, there, and then when it's the evening time after you've eaten,
No, you can't go after you eat.
You can't go. You
have a hot belly. Girls gotta look good. Like the girls gotta look good. I get that. Yeah, you see?
Okay.
But don't come hungry.
Exactly. You need the energy. You come
At
hungry.
least come light a little bit.
Maybe
Come
a
light.
lettuce.
Just
Something
come
like
light.
maybe a lettuce, a celery.
What celery? No, it's celery. I want celery. Yes. Wow. And the doors open at 7 p.m. You would have digested your food by then now. I have
Something,
Yeah. Nothing heavy. Maybe pepper soup. One fish on the side, balance well, because you do need the energy. This concert is going to be big, your body's going to be moving, you're going to be sweating, so you need to be there. This is the place to be.
But still come light because Yemi Alade this her concert, the last one, and her energy is great. I'm telling you right now, so come light.
Okay.
She can dance.
Yeah,
She
very
can
dance.
dance.
I always say this. I'm like, if you're coming for a concert that Yemi Alade is part of, please, I beg you, don't wear high heels.
Oh.
First of all.
Oh, so she interacting with her crowd. Let us know.
There's no need, guys. Like, seriously. Okay, no, Wala, before you leave your house, take a picture in your high heels.
Yes, sir.
Alright?
Yes.
But when you're about to get into that car, switch quick. Quick. If you need to take off your wig and tie it and yo, babe, you need to take it off, take it off.
Lit. Oh
So
my
like,
gosh. So, this is an interview. First question from me.
Yeah.
What inspired you to do music, especially with the Nigerian background? You don't see a lot of females in the music industry, and when you do see the females in the music industry, they disappear. I remember that girl who sang la 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 la. Like the song was good. She had great vocals and she's gorgeous, but it didn't last. So what inspired you to go into music?
It's crazy, even though what you're saying is true. Like, we've had a lot of amazing female artists that come up and it seems like they disappear. As much as the latter part is what is a bit upsetting, I would say that still these women somehow, because they put their head out and they did what they did at the point in time that they did, they still kind of left a lasting impact in our hearts, which is why you spoke about it now. But music is something I never wanted to do. I never wanted to be a musician. I just knew that when I sing, people are excited, people are happy to hear me sing. In school, they always made sure that I was part of the singing lots, like I was always on stage doing something, either singing or dancing or acting, but I never wanted to be an actor or singer or whatsoever. So it was sometime in university. A friend of mine went online, filled a talent hunt show form and was like, you are going. What are you doing with your voice? Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, I'm in school. He said, no, you're going. And so I participated and my number on the list was 1,700 or something.
Oh, wow.
And at some point, I don't know, long story short, I emerged winner. And the minute that happened, I think the thing that had been dormant in my head quickly
snapped on.
That
little light bulb went.
I switched from dormant to active. I wanted to be an artist now. I found my calling. I found my place on stage. I didn't want to let it go, and I pursued it. And I think I'm happy it happened when it happened. So music chose me.
Okay, that's legit. That's nice. Music chose her. She didn't, she wasn't chasing the music. The music chased
In the beginning, now I'm chasing music. I'm chasing music now.
And with that being said,
all the way to Houston from Nigeria, man.
yes,
That's a long chase.
yes. I give you your kudos. Definitely. Your accolades. I give you your accolades. Definitely.
And thanks to the people that brought me here too. So accolades everywhere.
And with that being said, how do you, with your songwriting, how do you blend that in with the same thing, the Nigerian background? Because it's not a lot of things we're so open about.
To talk about.
Yes. Some things are still taboo. You can't touch, can't talk about that type of stuff. So how do you blend that in with your songwriting or with your singing?
What do you mean by some things are still a taboo? Like
sex.
Oh, you mean like in the music?
Yes, in the music,
You have to tone things down.
You have to water it down.
As a female.
Yes.
We're used to it, If you don't want to have your music being played on radio and you hear beep, 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 like, who's gonna want to listen to that? No. You're just gonna come and use us. But anyways, I think my music is a perfect reflection of who I am. So like the words that I put out there and stuff are words that I would use in a normal day-to-day conversation. I'm not saying that there's a problem with swearing, but I hardly do swear because, like you said, the way they brought us up over there, you can't just use the F word like that. Talk less of going into sex. Who are you? Who do you think you are? So instead, some people are mentioning things like, come and eat banana. And tomato juice and all those lovely things people like to eat that are okay to say. They're not censoring banana in Nigeria, by the way.
Are they?
Yeah, banana is being censored.
Oh wow.
They finally got it. And then there's this one cool song that said something about she won't chop my chocolates. They censored that chocolate. quick, But yeah, that's what's happening. So I think my music is a perfect reflection of who I am and my day-to-day conversation. So it's not really a problem. From day one, the important thing for me is always to be original. So when I open my mouth to sing, is who I am. And if at some point you're not pleased with it, it's different. Yeah.
So when you're creating, first, when is your next album coming out? It's been a year, close to a year.
Babes.
When is that dropping?
Yes, I've released 3 albums. Let me calm down. Wait. I've released 3 albums in like 4 years or so. I can't remember. I have the Black Magic album.
Yes.
I have King of Queens, and I have Mama Africa. So what I'm doing, I'm trying to enjoy dropping singles first.
Okay.
And I'm enjoying it, But I might hit you anytime soon. Just watch out.
Okay.
I have enough songs for 5 albums, so like it's not.
Okay, so we've been in the
It's
studio.
my work is to be recording, so I'm doing it.
So when you are creating, when you do put your focus in making a new album, what mentality do you go in with? Do you go in, okay, so Black Magic did this numbers, what do I need to do for this album? Or how do you go into the studio?
I promise you, I think the minute you start to put numbers before the work, you missed everything. You've lost the direction. I would never go with, okay, what numbers? Because if it's like that, everybody would have a hit song. Everybody. Nobody knows. Nobody really knows. But the thing that you know is, okay, it's good music. So my priority has always been to make good music and to, evolve with time-ish, without losing my originality, without losing myself. So when it comes to recording, I just do music, and I'm blessed to be the kind of artist that could do any kind of, genre of music. So if you want me to sing, I'll sing all the
Okay.
And if you want me to go into my tomato juice, now it's coming. So like I'm really thankful to God for that blessing. So when it comes to music, it's good music. It's just doing me, because that's what matters.
Okay. So are you the type to like hear a beat and it's like, oh, the words are forming. They're forming. Oh my gosh, I got it. Are you the type to have the words and be like, nah, this beat don't fit this one. Time to go to the next one.
It's time for everything. And sometimes the beats, producer plays a beat and you're like, this beat is not going to miss me. I'm going to jump on it now. And sometimes you just have to record like most times when the beat is so amazing. What I do is that I play the music and I just start recording melodies. I know you know about that. Yeah. Yes. So you start I know. So you just start recording melodies because melodies are actually you might have amazing words, but with the wrong melody, you miss the whole point. Melody's first,
Okay.
along with an amazing production. And then, so that's how I do it. But then sometimes I have like choruses that come to me in my head, and so I just go meet a producer, and he has to produce according to what I have. There's a tune, there's an approach to everything, and it all goes with how you feel at that point in time, and what you have on the table.
Yeah, just like what you said, like it's just a few people that actually listen to the words of the song.
I do.
It's just few people that do that. So the most part of the whole thing has to do more of like the melody, like the beat and all that. So if not,
I do. I listen to the words.
But the truth is just a few people's song that you want to listen, like your song definitely, because we know that you have something to say. But trust me, a lot of people.
You don't listen to the banana.
Trust me, some people they don't have.
No, he's not wrong. He's not wrong.
They're just singing to the beat.
Now, a perfect example, instead of trying to, tell you that, okay, yeah, some people don't listen. Let's give you this perfect example. You can't tell me that all the songs you listen to, you like understand what the artist is saying.
Okay, true, no.
True, yes.
No.
You can't. Yeah. There are songs on our playlist that are maybe South African.
Yeah.
And stuff, and you don't know why you keep hitting the replay button or why that song's on your playlist. It's because the melody has hit you in the right spots. And you like it, so you stick to it. So melody, that's actually true. So some people do not even have time for what you're saying. Waiting concern. Sometimes all they want is that catchphrase. Like once they have that word that you're saying continuously in the song, like, oh my gosh, oh, that's what that concerns them. Whatever you're saying in the verse is your beeswax.
I'm telling you, nobody cares about is that all these South African songs, all these shaku shaku, all these guarago, what are they saying?
They know
what are they saying?
But see, those type of songs, they have dances. And
they have dances. So that makes them want to like, oh, I'm going to do it too. I'm going to do it too. Right?
But like, there's some songs where it's like, I honestly want to know what you're trying to say. Like, forget the beat. Let's peel it all away. What is the core of what you're trying to tell me? And that's why sometimes it's like, sometimes that's why songs get like turned off, because it's like, now you're just saying rubbish. This is rubbish.
The truth, I always say this about music. Music is that one thing that when it hits you, you feel no pain. So like, if you ever play a song and it hits you and you feel pain, the song is not for you. It doesn't. It's not just for you. It doesn't mean it isn't for someone else. It's just not yours. So whatever opinion that person has at that point in time, I don't concern you. Who sent you to go and listen to it?
I mean, they're just like people that will keep hitting us up like, play my song in the club. There's some songs that you don't need to actually play in the club. It's just the truth. Because except your song, the weddings and the beat is good. Some the weddings is good, the beat there's a problem. So sometimes it's like way too like straight, like once you play, everybody like they just keep quiet. But
it's not easy.
It's just a two-way thing. There's people in that thing. It's just stressful.
So my question, with that being said, especially since you have a concert coming tomorrow, what do you already have a mental playlist to be like, okay, I'm gonna do this first and this song next and this, or is it like when you're on it and the beat is like the beat getting you? It's like, oh, we need to pop this song out. This is the top of this song.
Yeah.
Well, if I told you, I gotta kill it. But okay, I'm actually here with my live band. I travel around the world with my live band. I'm privileged to be one of the artists that able to entertain people with live music. That is like the food to my soul, and I always like to feed the multitude,
Yeah.
And so when it comes to like my set list, I always pretty much have like a pre-organized set list. Okay. But then again, my team and I will always feed off the energy of the audience. So things can change on stage. The most important thing after having the right equipment on stage is eye contact. So if you're reading my body language, we're giving each other signals. Things can flip at any time. Sometimes I throw it to the audience for them to choose what they want me to, jam. Sometimes I'm done with my set and they're like, we want more. We want more. So, okay, you want more? Okay, now tell me what you want. So it's always a fun experience for me, because no two performances is ever the same. Ever.
So what was your first performance like?
Yeah.
My very first one.
The very first one.
Ha! Jesus.
I'll be honest.
They gave me multitudes. You know, my first performance, I even have a picture of it. It was at the, like, professional performance.
Your first ever professional performance.
Professional performance. It was at that talent show I told you about.
Oh, okay.
So while they were doing the, I think I won, and then they wanted me to perform to the entire company.
Oh.
Hey! First of all, then that's when I realized that for any performance, you have to start looking for clothes. So there's the styling issue. Not just you thinking about your performance, there's the styling, there's having your hair did, there's having your makeup done. There is now you coming on stage. You know, so like it was nerve-wracking. And up to date, it's still the same process. You know, it's still very nerve-wracking for me. I still have a lot of butterflies in my tummy. And people say, do you ever stop feeling nervous? I think no. My butterflies have gotten bigger because I'm performing in bigger arenas. I'm traveling out of my comfort zone, out of my country to go to different places. So the butterflies stay the same. No, they be big as Lord have mercy. And I can't stop them from growing. So I'm just gonna ride on the tide. And that's what I do. I go with the flow. I do it afraid. And it's been working out for me. But my first performance was nerve-wracking. I was shaking a day before the show. Before the show, after the show, I was still shaking, like you could see me. I had people say, she's afraid, should we let her perform? She's afraid. Like I was, oh jeez, it was something, and I had to learn how to try and keep a calm, exterior while the storm is still going on the inside.
Okay, before we go for a quick commercial break, how was the adrenaline once you were on stage? Like once you started performing, once you were in your vibe, in your zone, how was that adrenaline?
My voice was shaking though. I was singing, but voice was still shaking, which is not professional. Like no matter how scared and excited you are, your voice shouldn't tremble because of those influences. And I definitely, but the good part about it is that I noticed that after the first 10, 15 seconds, I always get myself, and then I'm able to zone out of everything happening around me and just keen to the music.
That's legit. So we'll return back to Yemi Alade. Make sure you stay tuned and remember this is Afro Vibes Radio Houston.
You can listen to Afro Vibes Radio from anywhere around the world. Simply download our app from the Apple or Google Play Store. You can also listen via TuneIn app or visit our website at afrovibesradio.com and listen live.
And we are sitting with the most talented Yemi Alade.
What's up, babes?
Yes.
So,
you're listening to some good music.
Miss Alade, do you have any special guy in your life right now?
Yeah, several.
Oh, she's playing the field. She's playing the field.
That's how you do it.
Yeah.
So,
Why is the whole room quiet? Why are they quiet? Yes, because you answer you are quiet.
wait, let's specify. Are you single? Yes, are you
I'm not single.
Okay.
Mr. Charlie, no.
Who's Mr. Charlie?
I'm in the kitchen.
I see why is it for Mr.
Oh, there's Johnny too.
Yeah, I was about to say it's Johnny. Like,
Oh, you're the person.
I mean,
Johnny prayer point too.
Johnny.
Prayer point.
Not to meet a Johnny?
not to me, Johnny.
Charlie's better than Johnny.
Of course.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Of course.
Okay.
I thought maybe Johnny, stepped up. No?
Johnny did say he got that one pregnant.
That is obviously
Like he got that one pregnant. No. But you mentioned several. Is there one person or there's a lot?
A lot too. I tried in the song. I just put like 1 or 2, 3.
Do you rank
It
them?
was a roaster.
Do you rank them? Is there first?
Yeah, I thought my rank was one and only. So how will I be able to rank other people when I wasn't with my own rank? It's like that too.
Okay. So, what brings about this question?
Yes.
There was an argument earlier today between
The three of us.
Okay.
Me, I excluded myself from that one.
Okay.
Between
that's
DJ
fine.
Oreo and Toby.
Yes.
The argument was DJ Ariel brought up a point. You should love who you marry. Do not marry who you love.
Yes.
I think he said it like that because he wanted to sound
Let
wise.
him say it the way he said it. He gotta say it.
Wait, calm down. Let me see. I'm here.
Okay, I'll be
I'm here.
Yeah.
I said, I prefer to love who I marry.
What is it like? No, that's not what you said.
To love, as in love.
There was no prefer. There was
Love
no
who you
prefer.
marry.
Okay.
Yeah, love who you marry. I'm going to love who you marry than to marry who you love.
See how
Do you agree with that?
See how his
Do you agree with that?
I can see.
Is it not English or speaking?
I can put it in pidgin English. Several people hear
But
it.
okay. Except maybe there's one missing adjective or word somewhere. It sounds like it's the same thing just being said in another way.
No.
No.
Who you marry.
Love who you marry.
And
don't
marry
don't,
who you love.
don't marry who you love. So whoever
So
you
meaning
get
if
married
you fall
to,
in love with the guy,
love that
don't marry
person.
him.
let me just explain what it means that if the marriage that lasts longer are married as when you love who you marry.
So you don't like love before marriage?
No.
No.
Love.
Marriage, then love.
Love. Because it grows.
Exactly, Oh, yes.
Okay, but you know what? You know that's
What?
how mom and dad used to do that time.
No,
and then they will love.
No.
Okay, not everybody, but a lot of
No,
moms and
she-
dads did that.
You mean like arranged marriage?
It's not exactly arranged. Like maybe she will get married to this guy because obviously when she gets married to him, her life will change for the better.
Okay,
You know, like,
but that's like
I
arranged
like
marriage.
a village girl movement.
See, that's more like
It's not really arranged because a
marriage.
lot of girls are still marrying wealthy guys because they want their lives to change, even in 2018.
But
So it's not arranged. It's just materialistic stuff.
But could they ever love them though?
But I don't think they ever love.
I think some people grow to
Yeah,
love
you grow to love
themselves.
someone. Because the truth is not
But some people grow to hate themselves too.
Yeah, and the truth is, I've seen someone that we are dating for 8 years.
Yes.
And
That's
anyone
your
after 2
Those are demonic relationships.
This is your only.
How
and
can we? How can we be?
they were so in love before they got married.
That's a demonic relationship. How can we be dating for 8 years? And you didn't
You're in a
propose to me.
relationship, yeah, maybe that.
We got tired of each other. That's what it was. It wasn't. That one wasn't love.
So when it comes to
That one-
so with you being who you are, Miss Yemi Alade, when you meet a guy, doesn't matter where he's at.
Like
Does he have? Yeah. And like
that answered her question.
the way she said life, just answer like, does he have to make more than you? Does it have to be can he make less than you, but he still bring it in? Like, what?
It's first of all, it's the head. Like what's in the head. Like what's going on in the mind.
The mental.
You know, it's not about like for instance, I could be bankrupt for all you know, but you would not know even if I was making billions. Like that's my lifestyle. That's how I am. You don't know. So for me to be with someone, it doesn't have to do with are you making more than me or less than me. But it's more of like a personality thing. Like
Yeah,
okay.
What are your goals and how exactly you're working towards them? Because a lot of people have talk and no game.
True.
Okay. So could you date a broke guy?
A guinea.
Oh, okay.
Wait, would a brown guy date a Nigerian girl? It's not about being from the Bronx or being from wherever. It's
No, broke. No money.
I said Bronx.
No money.
No money.
Like no money at all.
No money. No money.
Will I date him?
Yeah.
That means wait. What you're asking me is will I take him on dates? Because he can't take me on the dates. He's broke.
I mean, every you might have to wait every 1 to 2 months. Make sure.
Okay, I'm going to be sincere.
Okay. Yes.
I wouldn't want to, date
Okay.
a broke guy. First of all, I wouldn't want to. That's the sincere truth. But I can't say that I'm self-sufficient. I thank God. So what if I'm in a situation that I meet this guy who I didn't know didn't have any money, but everything about him was just right?
Yeah.
Then what would I say? I can't say never.
Yeah.
What if I'm like, what if my presence in his life is what will take him to the next level?
Definitely. I was about to say you could be his blessing. That
if-
blessing.
I sound like a maga now. What if we're able to build an empire together? You sugar mommy, innit? I get you.
Okay. Not that way. I mean,
not
godly
that-
blessing. Like
no.
this is the person who's gonna be
Yeah.
a breakthrough.
Some people are broke. Some people are broke walking towards a goal.
Yeah.
Some people and just broke in life.
It depends on what you put
You know,
define what brokenness is.
Ahmad, have you seen people who have money in their pockets but they're still broke
That's the
upstairs?
thing. Some people are rich, but they're still broke.
Pray for mental
Brokenness
richness.
is not about the absence of money in your pocket. When your
Definitely.
mindset is broke, it's a problem.
As in literally, it's broken.
It's broken. Like you cannot treat you anymore. That's gonna die.
After break, it's broke. After broke, it's broken.
Seriously, when your mind is broke, no matter any amount of money they put in your life, it
Now,
will still be
an example of a broke guy mentally would be a guy that said, I cannot date a girl that's making more money than me. That's a broke guy there.
Yeah.
Because the amount of boundaries and things is going to put in your way, you can't pay.
You're
Yeah.
becoming broke too.
Yeah, you will be
Yeah.
broke together. If you're earning less than your wife, I see no reason. Let's say, for instance, you're earning way less than your wife, and your wife gets promoted and transferred to a certain city. Yo, pack up and move with that lady.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But something like, no, based on equal, they're like, no, I'm the man of the house.
Have you been in a relationship
That
like
sounds
that?
so Nigerian.
No.
I know that sounds so bad, but I feel like that sounds so Nigerian.
So
Like,
that sounds so African. Don't make it look like it's a whole Nigerian thing.
Oh, is it African?
African.
Sorry,
no
I'm
African.
Nigerian.
Sorry.
Please, we are all Nigerians, but Africa, like, it's a thing, like, they all want this whole the man and the man thing.
Yeah, because of the double standards
Yeah, thing, so,
that
but,
exist.
well,
So how are the double standards in the music industry?
Yeah.
Double
Explain
standards.
that.
It's in every industry. There's double standards definitely here on the radio
even your
station. It's
kitchen
everywhere.
is there.
It's
What are
like
you saying now?
Even your kitchen is there.
No, it's not.
in the beginning.
In the kitchen.
True.
Everywhere there's
What do
double
you
standard,
mean?
even your
Oh, wait,
kitchen.
wow.
Okay, what does that mean?
Don't worry, it's 20 that day. Let me continue.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
You're throwing slugs, but you don't want to explain
Exactly.
It's true.
I said there's just double standards everywhere, Sha. Everyone is experiencing, every female is experiencing that, and it's just life.
So
Understandable, but are you the type that wants to break it, or you accepted it?
Break what was there before they even born me. I don't understand. How am I breaking this?
Because there's some people they have that feminist movement, like it needs to be broken.
I'm on Chima. That's not my work. You know, my work in life, first of all, is to get me. And what I'm saying, like, it's a general thing. I'm like, we should get above this. Oh, the double standards. Females are being treated like this and that. We're over that. A lot of females are getting it because they put that beside them. It's not a fact anymore. It's just a thing. Yo, okay, there's double standards, but yo, you're gonna give me my standards right here, right now, or else I'll walk. You know, so like, no, we've gone past it too. That's why you're right here, seated here, and I'm here as well, seated, and we're doing what we're doing because we're human beings, first of all that double standards and
Definitely.
I know it's a thing that's happening in the world where females are treated with double standards, but how long are we going to continue crying instead of, you know, putting in action to earn the spot that we deserve, you know? So let's earn
Definitely.
You do your thing.
And I think that brings us.
Just because the thing is, once you put your mind on the whole thing, that's what's gonna like draw you back. Well, do your thing. Just do your thing.
You
your
pull
work
so
will
much
do your work. That's the thing, your
negative
work will speak
vibes
for
from, you know.
Please, did you hurry? You're still in the kitchen.
Uh-uh.
Until you want to explain yourself, you're still in the kitchen.
You're still in the kitchen.
Woo!
So now,
What happened in the kitchen, I beg?
Thank you.
Well, how did this double standards thing reflect?
in the kitchen.
Yeah, how
Let
did
me
it
know.
happen in the kitchen? I'd like to know. They gave you one meat, gave someone two meats, or
I
what?
think
like,
so.
even
They probably
like-
cheated him out of meat.
It's not about the not the part of the cheating part.
So
Like,
I
what
tell
is
you.
it?
even in the whole double standard, like cooking,
Uh-huh.
all this kind of thing. Even us too, as the man, we still have the whole double standard in the kitchen. So they tell us that you people cook better than us.
Because we do. That's
We
a
do
fact.
though. That's a fact.
That's not a standard.
Okay.
That's a fact.
I beg to differ. Like sometimes,
Thank you.
yes, actually women, actually in majority, when you're counting numbers, females can definitely cook more than guys. But when you need a guy that can toss, when you need a guy that can
A lot of
toss,
chefs
It's
are
not
guys.
you.
Tell
It's
them.
not you.
It's not you.
You're that shit
See.
talking in
It's not
this
you.
corner. It's not
Not
you.
you.
You're
It's
not
not you.
you.
She's talking
Wow.
about.
Let it go.
Whoa.
Okay.
Whoa.
Just relax.
Most chefs are guys.
Okay, well,
We'll be waiting. We'll be waiting.
So not only are you talented, but you're also outspoken. So that's what brings me to when you did an interview about how you feel as if you're on the same platform as Wizkid and Davido. What brought about that?
What part about that? I can't remember. I can't remember what part about that.
But has been compared to them saying that, oh, they're doing, basically since they're the male, you know, the top male Nigerian artists and stuff like that. And then how does it make you feel like, oh, they're better than you? Or sometimes there may be situations where even though you do put on the performance that you do put where you engage with your crowd, you're putting in your all, but it still comes down to it, they may still get paid more than you, even though you're giving more.
Such is life. What do I do? I can't remember the actual question that made me to say that, but if I remember what I said, I think I said that in Africa, if we were built for certain concerts that are pretty much shut down, the same stadium, same concerts, it's stuff that we've been doing for years, you know. But my brand is the kind of brand that doesn't necessarily, you know, talk a lot, like toot my horn. I'm not normally stating the numbers that I do or what I'm being paid or where I've been, but I definitely know that I've been touring for a long time, and you wouldn't be touring if you didn't have demand. You know? And it's very, very easy for the girl child, for a woman's achievement to be swept underneath the rug, because they'd rather not just have it in their face. They'd rather just deal with you as Yemi than Yemi Alade. You know, like, rather not just, they know you have the accolades, but rather not just, you know, remind everyone around you that you have these accolades and you do. So, if how do I put it? It's something that you could go online and check. You know, I've done what I've done, and those are just little things, you know, and I pray for, you know, bigger and better things.
Amen.
People like Wizzy, people like David, they're doing excellently well. They're inspiring me, inspiring the world, and a lot of people are looking up to every one of us in our own little niche. We are together pushing and flying the flag of Nigeria. So, you know, end of the day, what really matters isn't who is better than who and who's doing what than the other, but when someone tries to make it look like you don't amount to anything, it only makes sense to put them right unless you believe or agree with them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely. Got you. And then
I like how you answered that.
Yeah, she did. That's good. And you know, you're Yemi Alade, you're the talented singer, dancer, but you're still human. So what are some of your pet peeves? What are some of your pet peeves that you experience in the industry and even behind closed curtains?
I really don't like to, you know, set fire to the flame, or how do I put it? I don't like, I really don't, like when things like that happen, I don't like to, you know, elaborate on them or, you know, talk about them, because I'm like, if I do, then I'm actually almost assured, like almost bringing them to life.
Yeah,
So,
got
like,
you.
I'm just dusting off my shoulder and moving on. Opinions are opinions.
Definitely.
So, out of all what has to be your favorite city in the U.S. to perform at? Do a concert?
Perform?
Yeah. Houston.
Yeah.
She trying to throw her city like Houston.
H-Town, you know.
She asked me a question and she told me what to say. Okay. All right. Okay, so here's what's about to happen. So I got the opportunity to perform at Lincoln Center in New York, and that was something for me. That happened this year. So let's just say that Houston, the challenge is up. And tomorrow is what's going to determine if
Houston, you better come.
Oh, we gonna bring it. We gonna come.
With no heels, with the
madness.
madness, everything. If you come through, then who knows? Next time I get that question, I'll definitely be saying it's Houston. So let's see. Let's see.
Do you have different like crowds everywhere you go to, or is the same vibe the same? Like when you go to.
Never the same vibe. Never the same audience. Never. I could do like 5 shows in one day. Never the same. Never. Never the same.
That's legit. That's legit. That is so legit.
Never the same.
What's your favorite movie?
Yeah. Do you have time to watch movies?
Don't. I don't. And even when I eventually do, I almost forget because like my memory is full of other stuff.
So you don't enjoy yourself, like if you
have
a Saturday off
and you don't have to go
Which
to
I
the
don't
studio and none of that, what do you do?
Okay, so no, don't get me wrong. When I get the opportunity to watch a movie, I enjoy it. I go in. I get even, so what do you think? I'm all over the place. I'll enjoy. I'll talk about it all day. When I stop talking, I forget it. I forget it. But yeah, I do. Of course, I have fun. Human, you know, when I get those few days off, sometimes what I'd like to do is maybe watch my favorite series, or I don't know, favorite series, like mostly sitcoms, and eat a lot of good food, almost every 30 minutes, and drink great wine, Moscato or something. So I like to chill, because, you know, just be indoors and absorb. No wig.
Definitely.
Yes, that's the life right there.
That sounds good. But you need to remember this coming Saturday, October 6th. Doors open at 7 p.m.
So get there at 6:30.
To be there. She said, no week. Tie, is it Gele? Tie scarf. Like Gele.
People behind cannot see.
But it's high. Tie your scarf.
Yeah.
Do not wear heels.
No heels, please.
Because you will be interacting.
I really care about your.
Definitely.
Don't wear no heels. We don't need heels. Not this time.
And from experience and what I've heard, she puts on a damn good concert.
I tried. But I am assuring you it's going to go down tomorrow.
Yes, she does. So you need to be there.
Yes,
Be there. Do not be late.
And in the words of Oreo, come light.
Come light, I'm telling you.
That means eat a celery. A celery
The
stick.
celery thing ain't going to work, but
It's not.
I'm light. Is that like a snack you had after eating the food or something? I'm not getting it.
Come through. Come through.
I don't know who did I just say.
Don't say I didn't want you. Come light.
Come light.
Because it's dancing
Protein or
It's dancing.
something.
And one last thing from me personally. What song of yours is your favorite?
That's a wicked question. Wicked.
What is your favorite song from your list?
Where was that?
You have to, that one, that way you wrote it touch your soul.
Oh, touch my soul.
Has an ordinary
So, like, every
person,
song has, like,
or do you listen to it like, oh, this is my song? Like, you get what I'm trying to say?
I do, but like, I think that for me, the thing is, if I haven't been listening to my music all week, especially those songs, then I'll be everywhere. I'll be like, oh, wow. Yeah, I like this. I'll be a fan of myself.
Okay.
You know, but if I have been listening to it all week, I'll just be there, waiting for next track. You know, yeah, that's what's up.
Okay, definitely.
But I never get tired of listening to myself, because I'm always, you know, thinking of how to be inspired by that track to do something similar, or, you know, better, or something related, or something away from it. You know, it's always a vibe.
So which female artist anywhere has inspired you? Or would you love to do a collab with?
Yes.
Oh, Madam Angelique Kidjo has always been a huge, you know, inspiration for me since forever. Definitely love her music. In terms of collaborations, like, who doesn't love Beyonce? I don't know who doesn't. But of course, normally I'm joking. I said joke.
So remember, October 6th, tomorrow.
Yes.
Let me specify. Tomorrow.
Tomorrow on the 6th of October, come
Yes.
out to the warehouse. because
Yes.
We're gonna wear that house out.
Yes.
Yes.
And doors open 7, which means you have to be there by 6.
Yeah, so you know this one.
Not
this
6,
African
not
time.
No, that's okay.
5:30.
6:30.
6:30. You don't know now.
It's African time. There.
It is. It's not.
It's not.
It's not. It starts 7. Be there by 6. I'm telling you.
Okay.
Cannot be.
Well,
Cannot.
they should come out. I'm going to be there, don't worry.
We're here to
Please, are we coming
We're here to see Yemi Alade.
I'm behind that. Like coming like a true soldier. To come and dance. So I'm coming 10 toes. With no shoes.
No. How will you come?
That extra one on the side, that extra one, that's taking on the left.
Afro Vibes Radio, the #1 online radio station on the net, reaching over 177 countries around the world.